Welcome to my channel. My name is Missy. We will be doing keto banana bread today, and I got that from Nom Nom. I don't know if I'm saying it right. So let's first start off with the ingredients, okay? First of all, the prep time is going to take 20 minutes. The cook time is an hour. So the total time for everything is going to be an hour and 20 minutes. The servings are supposed to be 12 slices. I'm going to be doing it in a loaf pan that I have back here. And these are going to be in grams. It's going to be 114 grams of unsalted butter, 128 grams of almond flour, 46 grams of golden flaxseed meal, finely ground. Actually, what I did is I the flaxseed and I grinded it in my bullet. So that's what I did for mine because I don't have the grind or the finely ground. I have the seeds, so I went ahead and put it in my bullet to ground them. It's asking for 18 grams of psyllium husk, finely ground, and it's asking for 14 grams of coconut flour, 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, 4 eggs, and it says 2/3 to 1 cup of golden erythritol. I don't have erythritol. We only have Splenda, so that's what I'm going to be using. And it actually stated in here that they use 3/4 of a cup, but it said 1 cup. But since I'm using Splenda, I'm only going to use half a cup because it is sweeter than the erythritol. And it also asks for 1 teaspoon of molasses, but that's totally optional. And 2 to 3 teaspoons of banana extract. I used 3 teaspoons. And it says 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and it's 90 grams of either the full-fat Greek yogurt or sour cream. I used sour cream. And then you can add also a cup of chopped pecans or walnuts. It's optional again. So let's first start off with what I did first was go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. And it also asked for us to heat up the butter into a small saucepan over medium to low heat. I simmered it until it was fully browned, and this is actually the result of that. So I went ahead and put that aside since I've already done that. What we're going to do now is whisk together in a medium bowl the almond flour, the golden flax psyllium husk, the coconut flour, the baking powder, the xanthan gum, and the salt. So let's go ahead and do that first. But what I'm gonna do is whisk that bowl first before we put it in the mixer. So in here I have the coconut flour and the almond flour. What the heck? I'm gonna go ahead and add the xanthan gum, the baking powder, and the salt. And also the flaxseed, going to be the psyllium husk and the flaxseed. Go ahead and put that in there. Baking powder and the salt. Doing this so we can take the lumps out of everything before it gets whisked together. And you see it's still some in there, so I'm just gonna put my hand in there to sift it down more. And whatever I cannot do, I'll just go ahead and dip it in there because we need all these ingredients. This is actually the xanthan gum. So it says whisk together in a medium bowl, so that's what we're gonna do. So in this bowl, we're gonna add the eggs, the sweetener, and the molasses, which is optional. And we're gonna, once we add this in here, we're gonna beat it with the mixer. I have mine right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the eggs. And like I said, the molasses is optional, that's what the recipe says. So we're gonna go ahead and add these eggs. We will add the sweetener. We're gonna add the molasses, and it's, like I said earlier, it says 1 teaspoon, so that's what we're gonna do. So it's just 1 teaspoon. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this into the mixer. That together. So it says to do this for 3 to 5 minutes. until airy and lighter in color. It's asking us to add the banana and the vanilla extract and the apple cider vinegar and brown butter into this while it's slowly mixing. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna go ahead and add the brown butter. And I'm gonna use a spatula just to make sure that we get all of this out. It's going to be the banana and the vanilla extract. It's going to be the apple cider vinegar. We're gonna mix this up just a little bit before we start adding the dry ingredients. So now what we're gonna do is add in the dry flour mixture in 2 parts. So I'm gonna pour half of it, the first half, and then the second half of it. And then we're gonna mix it for 2 to 3 minutes until it's fully incorporated and it's elastic. So like I said, I'm just gonna put half of this first. Mixture in there. Go ahead and add the rest of it. And then the rest of the sour cream. I'm actually going to stop it so I can make sure all this that's stuck on the sides gets incorporated. It's like a cookie dough, a thick cookie dough. We're going to get this and put it in the pan. I spray it on the pan, then I put the parchment paper, and now I'm going to spray inside with the parchment paper as well, just so it don't stick. We're going to distribute the batter evenly into the pan, smoothing the top. It says with the wet spatula, so I guess that's what I'll do. And then we're gonna bake it in the oven for 55 to 65 minutes until it's golden brown, or we can also just check it and pick it with the toothpick to check if it comes out clean. Then that means it's ready. It does also say to check the bread after 15 minutes and to cover it with aluminum foil. As soon as we see it turn golden, like a golden color, it usually takes 15 to 20 minutes, so you want to check that and then cover it with foil, and then you're going to bake it for the rest of the time with the foil. So let's go ahead and put this in here evenly. So I'm actually going to put it like in 3 parts. Try to get it in there evenly. I'm actually gonna put pecans on top instead of inside the batter or the dough, only because everybody's different. Some of my family don't like pecans, so instead of putting inside, I'm gonna put it on top. That way they have the option to just take them off if they like. So everybody gets the best of both worlds. You can choose. There you go. I'm gonna put it into the oven. All right. So I'm back. I'm about to take it out of the pan. Ooh. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut it. Get it up that way you can see. So here's the. It says allow to cool for 15 minutes in the pan before removing, and that's exactly what I just did. And it says to cool completely in a rack before glazing and cutting. So I'm gonna let this sit for maybe like another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it so me and my husband can do a taste test on this banana bread. For each slice, if you cut it in 12, so it'll be 186 calories. It'll be 16 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber, and 5 grams of protein. So once you take away the fiber from the carbs, it'll be 2 grams of net carbs for each slice. Yeah, I'm back. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting it. And I'm actually gonna get my husband to come up here so he can try this with me. And this is my husband. Let me give him a taste. Does it need to be more sweeter?
It's good, just like that.
It's good. It's really good. And it's moist. Thank you again. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you would like to see more videos. Have a good evening.